short tidbit video. And yes, I'm recording this the same day that I did the other one. But it's another little lesson, and that, yes, I am still in my office. But we're just going to go over Psalms 91 a little bit. I keep hitting this for some reason. Psalms 91 is one that I think we all need to declare in this season, and it's a good Psalms to just read daily, no matter what you have going on in your life. Psalms 91 is an excellent one to read just every single day. I'm actually uploading other videos, and so I'm doing this one while I'm uploading some other videos, and then I'll probably upload this one and get it scheduled for next week as well. So Psalms 91 starts, "Whoso dwelleth in the secret of the Most High shall abide in the shadow of the Almighty." Y'all, the more you get close to God in the secret place, praying with Him, studying His Word, praising Him, listening to praise and worship, listening to videos like this where you are getting close with God, you are learning more about Him, you are understanding more about Him, the more you are going to be in the shadow of the Almighty, the more you are going to be protected. As it says, to take up the armor of God. You can put on every single piece of the armor, but if you don't have that prayer, that surrounding shadow, that protection, you are still going to be lacking, and you need to be in the shadow of the Almighty. "I will say unto the Lord, O my hope and my fortress, He is my God. In Him will I trust." Proverbs 3:5. You need to trust in the Lord in everything you do. Seek His counsel first. Seek Him first. Seek Him early. Always trust in Him, because He knows all. He is the Alpha and the Omega, the beginning and the ending. Trust me, He's already at tomorrow. He is now and not yet. So you need to trust in Him better than you do in yourself. And before you trust in anybody else, trust me, seek the Lord first before you trust anybody else. "Surely I will deliver thee from the snare of the hunter, and from the noisome pestilence. I will get you out of the snare of the hunter, and safe from the pestilence." What is pestilence? Any kind of sickness, any kind of illness, any kind of disease. That is pestilence, okay? Also, bugs, things like that can also count as pestilence. But any kind of illness, sickness, disease, anything like that, pestilence. "He will cover thee under His wings, and thou shalt be sure under His feathers. His truth shall be the shield and the buckler." Right there, talking about that armor of God. You can't wear someone else's armor. You got to put on your own armor of God. You cannot rely on your grandmama's armor, or your mother's armor, or your spouse's armor, because they pray all the time. No, you need to be praying all the time. Okay? "Thou shalt not be afraid of the fear of the night, nor of the arrow that flieth by day." You will not be afraid of anything. You don't need to be afraid of anything. You are under God's protection. The closer you get with God, the more you're under His protection. And you need to not fear anything. Nothing. Because it shall not come near you, because you are under God. "Nor of the pestilence," there it is again, pestilence, "that walketh in the darkness, nor of the plague that destroyeth at noonday." Pestilence again, and plague. Plague again, illnesses, diseases, sicknesses, pestilence, any kinds of anything that is to come against you and to attack you from within. It's not going to come near you. The closer you are to God, and the more you're under His wings. You know what? I got to tell you this. And I do not go to a very big church, but when COVID hit, a few people in the church got it, but no one in the church died. No one in this church died from COVID in the past 2 years that's been going on. Not really very many people in the church had gotten the injection either. So that's because they have had their trust in the Lord since day one. They have their trust in the Lord. They've been praying against it. They have been declaring this Psalms 91 over themselves. That's in there then still stands today. still stands today. Do not believe the lie of the enemy saying it does not stand. Yes, it still stands, and you can stand on these words, because this is the truth. 1,000 shall fall by the side, and 10,000 by the right hand, but it shall not come near you. It shall not come near you. Those people that say that they're Christians, but they really don't believe in God, we've been seeing it. We have been seeing it. Because you know what? 1,000's going to fall. 1,000's going to fall by one side, 10,000 by the right side. But it's not going to come near you. Why? Because you have your trust in God. You keep that trust in God, and it's not going to come near you. It's not going to come. It may come knock at your door, but it's not going to come in. It's not going to affect you. Doubtless with thine eyes shalt thou behold and see the reward of the wicked. Now, this is one of those things. A lot of people say, well, how come wicked people get this, get that, get into politics, get, all this money, all this wealth, all these things like that? Y'all, that's because their reward is here on earth. But your reward is life everlasting. Hold on to that. Hold on to that. Life more abundant and life everlasting. And not to mention, the money put up for the wicked is waiting for that day that it shall come to the righteous. For thou hast said, the Lord is my hope, and thou hast set the Most High for thy refuge. The Lord is our hope, and He is our refuge. We will always find protection under Him. We will always have our hope in Him, because He knows all. There shall none evil come unto thee, neither shall any plague come near thy tabernacle. Was saying again, no plague shall come near you. No evil shall come to thee. Remember that. If you are under God, no evil shall come unto you. This is a great one to declare over you and your household and your family each and every day. For He shall give His angels charge over thee to keep thee in all thy ways. He's going to set His angels around you to protect you. They shall bear thee in their hands, that thou hurt not thy foot against the stone. Thou shalt walk upon the lion and asp, and the young lion, and the dragon shalt thou tread under feet. You're not going to be hurt by the enemy's attacks. You're going to tread on them. Reminds me of the original flag in the United States. One with a serpent, and it says, don't tread on me. Well, you've got to understand, you can tread on that enemy. That enemy is not going to tread on you. Because He hath loved me, therefore will I deliver him. I will exalt him, because he hath known my name. He shall call upon me, and I will hear him. I will be with him in trouble. I will deliver him and glorify him. With life long will I satisfy him and show him my salvation. We have loved God. We love God. And He will deliver us from any opposition. Any kind of opposition. Whether it be sickness, whether it be someone fighting against you, someone coming against you in any manner or form, He will deliver you from them. Same way He delivered Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego out of the fiery furnace. He is that God then. He is still the same today. And when you call upon Him, He will hear you. And He will be with you in trouble and deliver you out of the trouble. And it says, with long life will I satisfy him and show him my salvation. Y'all, this is a promise that you can keep. For he is contended with that life that God giveth. For by death the shortness of this life is recompensed with immortality. God's protection will always be upon you. He is the same God then as he is now. You just need to understand that the more time you spend with God, the more time you spend praying, the more time you spend in his word, the more time you spend just praise and worshiping him, the more you will see this as true. I know a lot of people think that they have to have that miracle, like the testing of the wool. Well, you don't always need that miracle. I know a lot of people think that they need that miracle, that they always need that miracle, but I want to tell y'all right now that I have seen miracles myself. I have. By actually being able to give birth to my daughter. That was a miracle in itself. That I actually carried her the 9 months and gave birth to her. And not just that. I mean, my father should have died when I was 18 years old. He has passed away since then because he made his time, but he should have died then. He actually flatlined on the table 3 times while they were trying to operate on him. And the 3rd time, they couldn't bring him back, but the Lord brought him back. Because he said, your time is not up yet. And he came back. This was when I was graduating high school. He came back and he lived to see my daughter being born, and he died right before she turned 3 years old. So he lived quite a few more years after he was supposed to die. Or, well, the doctors were about to pronounce him as dead. He came back because his time was not up yet. And that was a miracle in itself. I know at that time, I didn't really think it was necessarily a miracle. But looking back on it, it was. It was definitely a miracle. And there's a lot of miracles that have probably happened in your life that you don't see as miracles. Because you think that you need to see that burning bush. You need to have that burning bush moment with God. You need to have, not that he can't do that again. But it's also, how do you know you have not witnessed a miracle from God? And you just don't see it as one. Because you're not spending time in his word. Because you're not spending time with God to see that it was. So now as we go into the new year, praise the Lord, this is going to be year 2022. I know a lot of us never thought we'd see these days coming, but praise the Lord that we're all still here and that we all still have another day that we can glorify him and his goodness, and we can continue praising him and getting closer with him. Because you know what? You're still here for a reason. You still have more time to get closer to God. And I want each and every single one of us to go throughout this next year declaring the Psalms 91 over our own houses, over our own lives, and knowing that nothing can come near us because we are standing firmly in the shadow of the Almighty. We are standing under his wings, under his protections, under those feathers, and we want to stay that close to God. And the only way we can stay that close to God is if we keep our relationship with him going daily. We have to do it daily. Thank the Lord for our daily bread, for giving us it daily, and not just sitting around the table and praying over your food. No. Actually getting on your knees and praising him each and every day, waking up in the morning praising him, going to bed praising him. Because you know what? What if you woke up the next day and you only had what you thanked God for the day before? How much would you actually still have? Something I want to ask you going into this year 2022. And I just think that we are all going to have a better year, hopefully a better year than what we've had in 2020 and 2021. You know what? I'm going to declare it today that we all going to have a better year. We're all going to have a much better year. And we're all going to keep going in the path that God has set for us, because if you're walking under his wings and you're walking in his shadow, there is no way you can walk down another road not in his path that he has set for you. Okay? So I hope y'all all have a wonderful new year, and that the glory of God just be shown upon you. Let him shine his light and his face upon you, and that you all start hearing from God. You all start hearing him, like in Psalms 91, it says you will hear him and he will hear you, and you just have that beautiful close connection to God, like a connection that I have, and one that I pray that I get even more of a connection with him in this coming year. Y'all have a very blessed time, and bye.